what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now this is the fourth installment in the Bad Boys franchise. Now again you do have Will Smith and Mark Lawrence returning to their roles. Now this particular film is directed by Adele and Bilal. I think that's how you pronounce their name if I'm not mistaken. Now this particular film is dealing with the idea that Marcus and Mike, they have been framed, and plus like their former captain, if you haven't seen that the previous film, who was like killed, was actually falsely accused of like a conspiracy. And it's kind of funny because he even left behind like a little message to them just in case something did happen to him, so that gives him like a potential to return in this particular film, and where he is played by Joe Pantaleone, like again. So I think that's kind of cool that they were able to bring him back to that particular role in the film, even though he's like dead. Now the film, I thought the previous film was like much better than this, but the idea that they was hyping that this is going to be about them trying to clear their name with some of like the I guess you could say like the murders and incidents that happened in the film that puts the police on like the hunt for Marcus and Mike. It does that part of the film, and it's a spoiler territory. It doesn't really dwell into that until once the film almost is like in the third act. So it wasn't really about that at times. It was basically about like the idea of like you could say like Martin Lawrence's character of Marcus. You could tell he has like sickness, like sick ailments. I think it's like something wrong with his heart and stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting because at one point he even goes to like the afterlife. He almost like died. I think he's having like a heart attack or something like that. So I thought stuff like that was pretty cool because you said the characters are like aging, and at the same time, Mike, like Will Smith, he's actually having like panic attacks too as well because he keeps like worrying about like his son and the things that are going on with his son, like Armando. And of course, Armando is also back in the film again too, as well, played by Jacob Scipio. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he's like an awesome person in this particular film. I don't want to get into his character too much, but you get to see like the things that he was actually capable of doing too, which I think is pretty cool. And now the other parts of the film is dealing with like this antagonist of the film is known as James McGrath, and he's a former U.S. Army Ranger who went through like some torturing like in his past, so he becomes like the villain, like in the antagonist of the film. He's played by Eric Dane. Now he is definitely like ruthless and like evil. He'll kill you. He'll claim that he'll let you go and just still kill you, like cut your throat or shoot you and stuff like that. So he is like a very evil like villain, like evil as they come. Then you also have like other people in the film like Vanessa Hudgens as Kelly, she's like a weapons expert. You also have Alexander Ludwig as Dorn, he's like a tech expert. And you also have like this character known as Adam Lockwood, and he's played by Lon Grufford. He's like a district attorney who's trying to become like the mayor. And you also have the character of Rita Sakata. She's like, she was actually Mike's like ex-girlfriend, and she's dating like Lockwood. And there's like other people too, like in the film, like Mike himself, he's getting married and so on. So he just got married to like his wife known as Christine Laurie, and she's played by Melanie Lombard-Liber. It's like a bunch of like characters like throughout the film. And then Tiffany Haddish, she shows up. I guess you can see almost like a cameo role where she plays like the woman known as Tabitha. I think that's how you pronounce it. But what happened with her was kind of it was funny, but it was just basically like a short like cameo sequence. Now the film does have like a lot of like action moments that I thought were pretty cool, like the chemistry between like Martin and like Will, I thought was pretty good, like all the jokes and stuff, like they're like funny. Like I said, the idea that you could tell they're aging because they're getting sick, and plus they're bringing in, you could tell that they can do like spin-offs of these particular films, or the franchise can go on without Will and Martin, because they have like sons and all that. They can actually have the films like based on, or the spin-off films like based on, so I think that's pretty cool. Like Armando, I can see him having his own thing. Or even like Martin Lawrence is like a son, like Marcus's son, the one that's like from like the military and son, because he got like an awesome moment in the film too, where he just took like a whole bunch of bad guys within the house. So I thought that was kind of cool. And there are like other things I want to touch on. Like the look of the film being, it's supposed like in Miami and all that stuff like that. It looks pretty good and it's like entertaining and stuff. But I still thought it just couldn't really take off. It was just something like holding it back from like being like a very good film. And at times it felt like it was like too long, but it's not. It's just barely like 2 hours, because the other Bad Boys films, previous ones, they were like real long. But this one right here was just about like 2 hours, but it felt like it was just like dragging, like and dragging and dragging, like it just was like taking its time, And I thought the final like action sequence in the film, I thought that was done very well. Like at the end, that last like action like sequence I thought that was kind of done very well. The action scenes, they were done pretty good right there. But like I say, the idea that they was getting framed, how they was like advertising the trailer, that doesn't really show up. It's like the third act, like the film is almost about over when they really finally did get framed for you know, the certain things that happened in the film. I don't want to spoil, I just leave it at that. But overall, I thought it was like a decent, solid film, and I'm up for like more of these, because you could definitely tell there's definitely, like I said, it could be spin-off films in this franchise, because they have like a lot of like character development in this film, so you can see like certain characters even getting spin-offs, like Armando, like I said, the son of like Will, even like the son of like Marcus, you can see them get like spin-offs. You know, you can tell that they're really there, they can do stuff with them particular like characters. But in Bad Boys Ride or Die, I'm gonna just give it a C. Like I said, I thought it was like just okay. I thought the previous one was like much better than this. But I would definitely recommend it for like fans of the Bad Boys like franchise, because it does have like a lot of like laughs and stuff. Like Martin and Will, they do really make the film like make it. You know, it's like if they weren't now, I think it would be too great. It'd just be like a standard action film. But anyway, I'm giving this a C. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.